Good morning, dear students. Now I'm going to continue Act First of As You Like It. In my previous session, you have got to know how Orlando was very much unhappy with his brother Oliver. He used to ill treat him after the death of your father. But now, you also got to know that he fought Charles in the wrestling match, and the Duke Frederick, and Rosalind and Celia tried to convince him not to fight the ferocious Charles, as he had killed 3 sons of an old man already. In continued session, in Act 1, both Celia and Rosalind are very happy for Orlando's victory now, because Orlando had defeated Charles in the first round itself and he was carried away, unconscious. At the same time, Rosalind and Celia are anguished at the Duke's behavior, because the Duke is not happy that Orlando is the son of his enemy, Sir Roland de Boys. Since Rosalind's father loved Sir Roland de Boys, Rosalind feels that she is very sympathetic towards Orlando. She feels very sympathetic towards Orlando because Duke Senior, her father, loved Sir Roland de Boys very much. Rosalind, out of her great happiness at the victory of Orlando over Charles, she gives him a necklace from her neck, and Orlando is stunned even to thank her. At the same time, Lebeau, a lord, greets Orlando and advises him to run away as the Duke is displeased with him. Orlando learns from him that Rosalind is Duke Senior's daughter, and Celia is the daughter of Frederick the Duke. And Lebeau also hints that Duke is displeased with Rosalind, and he advises him to run away from that place, in order to save himself. And in the scene itself, we get to know that Rosalind and Orlando fell in love with each other at the first sight. In the palace, Rosalind and Celia are in conversation. Rosalind tells Celia that she has fallen in love with Orlando. The Duke interrupts at the same time, and out of uncontrollable rage, he orders for the banishment of Rosalind. Rosalind protests, and Celia also pleads her father on behalf of Rosalind. The Duke refuses and repeats a threat of death if not left the palace. Celia proposes to accompany Rosalind to the forest of Arden. Rosalind wanted to go in search of her father, and Celia also accompanied her. This shows her sisterly love for Rosalind. They both decided to disguise themselves in order to minimize the dangers of the long journey. At the same time, Celia asks Touchstone, the fool, the jester, to accompany them. Touchstone agreed, and he also went with them. Rosalind, being the taller of the two, disguised herself as a boy called Ganymede. Celia decides to dress up like a country maid and changes her name as Eliana. Celia convinces Touchstone to accompany them, and he had also accompanied them. The two ladies, extremely excited about the impending adventure, they collect their jewels and wealth for the journey and subsequent sustenance. The names Ganymede and Eliana are chosen from the novel Rosalind, written by Thomas Lodge. This is the end of the first act, and here in the first act, the highlights that we can get out from this here: the villainly nature of Duke Frederick. Though he was younger brother, he banished the rightful Duke, Dioxenia, from the palace and seized his power. He was also displeased with Orlando, as he was the son of his enemy, Sir Roland de Boys. And he also got displeased with Rosalind, as she was in love with Orlando, his enemy's son. In this act, we also get to know the love between Rosalind and Orlando. While Orlando beat Charles in the wrestling match, Rosalind and Orlando fell in love with each other at first sight. In this act, we also get to know about the sisterly love of Celia and Rosalind. Celia and Rosalind. When Duke Frederick ordered Rosalind to leave the palace out of rage, Celia pleads on behalf of Rosalind, and when rejected, she accompanied Rosalind in her journey. In this act, we also get to know about the sexual love of Touchstone for Audrey. Touchstone serves as an excellent critic of society here in this act. He used to comment on all the activities or incidents that happen in this act and even throughout the play. And Touchstone acts as a brave, loyal protector also if the girls are in distress. And this is what we know about in the first act of As You Like It. Hope I have cleared the summary or the important incidents that happen in this act, first act. Thank you.